The thing I talk about is that Ascent is a very, historically standard map.
Yes.
And I think that that's a win condition.
Okay, Fnatic on defense, Giants on attack.
And historically, it has been a stronghold for the likes of, I guess, Cloud, you could say, Pips, and the teams he's been as well. This has always been a solid map for them. And we will talk about Fnatic in the roles they're currently playing, because Alpha on that Vice
What is this little 4-1 setup? Everyone with Vice at the moment does a 4-1 because the stall over towards the other side is incredible. We got Omen, Flash, Yoru Flash, Recon. Very, very nice. They get the advantage, they get out of there.
Welcome to the VCT. It hits a little harder in these leagues. And Fnatic standing their
that is true.
In a
Pretty rough.
4v3 early on.
Yeah, with this new composition, I expect rounds like this from Fnatic. We haven't seen them play it, so all the tricks are going to be up their sleeves.
Yeah, it kind of puts a little bit of the pressure on Jonex to be up to the challenge, right? And this isn't exactly a highly played map for them if you look at the amount of times they've played it, but it's obviously sat well with them in the past. Now we look at what they can recover from here, Giants. It looks like that focus to split through trees, still focused towards that A side, but Kron is waiting. Nice. The connection towards west side. Kayak as well, catching Cloud, trying to slip the smoke.
What a rough one that is.
Loose and Purpo, not
Is
really
Mini
able to
the
make much
fraud
impact
coach who
through
had
main?
Alpha, Durka, Chronicle, and Prime Leo, and Boaster? Yeah.
Yeah, he absolutely has.
It's a good way of describing him.
In the end. And looking at these new players,
Very good way of describing him, actually.
like this, it is a different environment.
Anything, that's how he should introduce himself on broadcast.
We've got a 22-year-old in the form of Flickless, and Ara, obviously 20 years old, coming in from that UCAM sort of team. And
his Omen Flash was deadly.
You've always been one of those players, or sorry, coaches who've looked for these upcoming players. Have these two ever featured on a list ever? Have they ever been in that conversation for you, or there were other prospects that you'd focus on first?
I believe Flickless has been on my radar. I think specifically the list might have been the 6th man for Fnatic during 2023 when we had Kamek. He might have been in the list because he plays the same roles. His name's definitely been there.
It's a little bit light on defense, this one.
For Ara, I have no idea about this guy. Coming up through tier 2, his stats seem decent.
Oh, why did the server look laggy? Not this again.
To see him play.
Yeah, it's a hard first opponent, isn't it? To feel comfortable against.
Maybe it's just a one-off.
And somewhat unknown. You don't really know what Fnatic are going to look like here. And we do have this new composition as well.
Yeah.
As Bayer was discussing, this should be a throwaway round. It is only classics for Giant X. So how do we feel about Alpha in this Vice role?
Alpha specifically, I think he'll be fine. I think that Fnatic, they're going to have all the tricks up their sleeves for this first time they've played it.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So Giant X doing a good job for the rest of the teams who are going to play Fnatic later on Ascent, trying to expose, where are they cooking, where are they not cooking. But I expect it to be more than fine for the first time.
I don't see there being many of an issue.
I think specifically for the Vice, for Alpha, having that flash to fight off of is something that
Damn, Boast is looking crisp these days.
Having that self-sustained tool, that makes sense?
Yeah.
So I'll be very interested to see if he's just going to flash and fight people.
Yeah, that'll be fun going forward. Nice round there for Fnatic, going through the motions. Did lose out on Alpha and Crashies.
Okay, they keep the 3 guns though, so the bonus spy is incredible.
This is when we really focus up on Giant X and how they want to approach this. It's a bonus for Fnatic, so the buy is going to be shaky at best. A lot of light shields out to play, a lot of leftovers. But I do want to see Giant X take some control of this now. I want to see them look solid in what they're doing. I want to see them have that, I don't want to say singular approach, but a very focused goal as to how they want to achieve it. So nothing too complicated with their composition either, very run-of-the-mill for them. So application is everything, and the setup in play already for Fnatic. It looks like an aggressive start for Kayak.
Yeah, very set bonus here. It looks like they've got an idea around middle. Maybe using that Yoru to bait a full
does he stay or does he rotate?
Yoru usually is, but surprise, there's going to be 3 people here.
What's the plan to go on this one? A lot of presence shown already just by spamming that smoke, the owl drone there, all of the bits and pieces. And maybe a further crunch to this. Yeah, Ara's going to have to be quick on his feet. Dip away
that was nice from him though.
And try and reset. Fnatic aren't giving
and honestly, Fnatic used a fair amount of util and they kind of just insta-recleared the pressure.
Much from it.
Yeah, they didn't get anything from it.
A little bit unlucky perhaps. The recon did ping. But now Fnatic reset.
Yeah, for Giant X, it looks like that drift up middle, up cap, straight towards that A site. But we're looking towards where that util is invested from Alpha. It was the early flash towards B, but we can see the wall now. Presence towards short.
Yeah, that gives him a lot of time though. Dude, look at Crashies. Is he going to go for a play?
Look at that deep line for Kayak.
But like as soon as Chronicle gets this contact, he starts pushing out.
Oh, this is going to be tough. We've already got Alpha tucked in towards Hell, Boaster playing from Heaven. And the split is mostly focused through towards Tree, but it's segmented. Flickless with a lovely little double, gets themselves on the site, and they have some security here. I'm going to have his work cut out trying to work it back through, but I didn't even think about Teo on this map as well, breaking down that door so easily. It doesn't really make many odds for now. Can they make this costly? Because Giant X got some stability here. Waiting patiently for anyone to overpeak. Not seeing that now. You can see the temptation from Ara, but not going for it.
Crashes is going for a really late lurk. Time is
maybe just trying to cost
ticking.
him weapons. At this point, this is still the bonus for Fnatic, trying to lock them in. Maybe cost them some of these rifles, but if they do
get out of him
towards tree, then they're pretty much scot-free here.
Are they gonna have Teo salvos for like the most common save spot or something?
They may be opting against it. This is on Crashes now to farm up. This is nice from Kayak.
Oh,
That's
it's scary.
Rifle cost. You don't want to lose more than one.
Oh, it's scary.
More than that's been dropped. Crashes gonna make it
Ooh,
costly.
he got 2.
Big economic damage in the
good.
end. Very nicely done. Costing them 3 of those invested rifles. The Fnatic Chronicle's gonna keep his. The rest can reinvest. But still, Giant X showing some...
A little bit bacon, and then I kind of
here.
forgot what you said.
Yeah, it came down to Alpha on that A site, and I thought that if he played a little bit more disciplined, perhaps not under...
I did read it yesterday, or I didn't read it, I didn't like fully open it, if that makes sense, but I read like the first 3 lines.
But unfortunately, he's kind of isolated there by himself. There's not too much support. I like Fnatic that they had good surround, but also the site players are dying.
Then you're right.
Surround doesn't matter.
Okay, Kayak gets the Outlaw out. 3 people he can one-shot, obviously with the damage done, even though they even take a little bit of a hit going for a Guardian.
Totally awful run so far. They haven't been able to claim a win yet this stage, but they've been picking up maps here and there. But obviously, with new players joining the roster, you want positive results. And I feel like, as you highlighted, this is a good area. This map could be a good place for them to find some potential. Kayak's still on that Outlaw, dealt with so easily. Yeah, there's light shields to maybe try and work it against, but Cloud absolutely giving him.
I think that's something that people don't realize. The Guardian's extremely strong against these light shields too. You only need 2 shots to the body.
The Guardian's
so
insanely strong for Storm.
Like a slightly nerfed Outlaw at times.
The unfortunate factor is that they still have Alpha with full setup on that B site, no early test of it, and we're sub a minute, so they could potentially reinvest towards A. I like this reposition towards main from Crashies as well, taking a bit of that space away. They can't be completely passive. But looking at the pivot, Giant X trying to paint this picture. There's going to be this A hit, but
I like this from Chronicle though. So he droned over towards middle, and then he's kind of gone into the area that they might feel like they've already cleared. It's a great shot from him.
Aura was quick to adjust there. Really nice. Now the first real challenge for Alpha on this, it's a lot to handle on this
flash
site,
send
and
it.
he goes for, I mean, that was a bold maneuver from Alpha.
Looking a little rough for Fnatic.
Approach towards A, oh sorry, towards B, straight up middle. Plant's gonna be there. Giant X looks solid here. These lovely rotations, they're kind of getting that pick, slowing it down, working the map, feigning that A presence, and that late look back towards B. I've got to say, it felt like, who was it, Kron? Kind of sat towards Pizza, could have had something there.
Yeah,
but
the 2 new kids kind of had a round each.
Like very old school Ascent to me, almost like 2021 vibes. Pipsons have been around.
I had this one.
I remember these rounds that he used to do against us 5 years ago, almost at this point. You know, pivoting that middle area is very strong. So it might be something that
don't ask that, dude. I accidentally did it, not even knowing what the hell it was.
Middle, and then flip it, and then when Fnatic
someone gifted with that name,
fake, then they just go direct.
And this will be a big challenge for Alpha going
I had no idea what was going on.
Continue to kind of leave him, I don't want to say on an island on B. You can hold it just fine, but it's that level of comfort that he's going to have. Is he up to challenge on it? Is he up to the test on it? Didn't like the walk through smoke off the back of, I guess it was off the back of the flash, but it just didn't really have the length.
Okay, so they can't really get a full buy on top of this one. Someone's at least going to take the hit, maybe Alpha on this one.
It looked like Fnatic didn't quite know what to do with that map around the 4v5. Usually they'd be, you know, we want to play very strong here, very weak here, but they're a bit spread out.
Giving his gun away.
Committed to one idea.
My IGL takes a Bucky. Actually, my IGL.
As well, looking through any
big fan of what's going on here.
One away from his, and so is Kayak.
Economy not great for Fnatic, but considering they've lost 2 in a row, they still have a little bit to work with here.
Do they have something special for us? We don't know how high up this is in their veto as well. You'd imagine for Giant X, this is a map that they can depend
Pixel,
on
thank you so much for the gifted, mate. I appreciate you doing that.
I have to go in. Should at
thank you
connect
for that.
Towards, I imagine Crashies. Don't know if it caught Boaster as well, but beyond that, again,
Fnatic been insanely proactive in middle. Probably thinking the Giants' like game plan would be to go middle, but honestly, I think they could get away with doing the wall at mid.
Kayak with the Phantom, Crashies with the Vandal.
Not really taking. The only time they wanted to take it was with the initial B hit once they pressured short.
Towards A is coming in. Crashies is going to give away that he does have a rifle here. And now the problems start to mount. This is going to be an issue. Boaster trying to play it forward, gets caught. This is gorgeous.
So much trouble.
Giant X looking like they're on the same page finally. This looks good. Ara looking to try and slip the net, finds a man, that's Alpha gone.
Okay.
Not having the best of times in those smokes, old Alpha.
Dude, imagine they keep this like pretty clean as well.
Sheriff, so it
It
was
would
never
have
going to be
an
easy for him.
incredible
But Kaya
amount of
coming over
money.
with the Phantom might still be able to do some damage, but by all rights, this is solid from Giant X. Westside going to probably
well,
close
that
the
is
account
very,
here.
very clean.
Ara just going to confirm it, and in zone flawless.
2 armor
Giant
rebuys,
X have
that's
every
it. They're in
answer
an
they
incredible
need so
spot.
far.
If I'm
I thought
Fnatic here, I'm
macro-wise
probably
Fnatic had a
putting
decent round there. They
the
set up Kayak on the B
FNC
side of the
need
map
to put
deep
the
into
Vice
B main,
wall
and it did
middle.
over-rotate towards A, so they did have almost 4 people ready for that hit. But
Like
Giant
if
X
you
just
think
had
of the
ult
5
advantage
rounds
and
right
economy
now,
advantage to deal
they only went
with
middle
anything that
once, and
Fnatic
it
had
wasn't
there.
it wasn't like their original plan.
Into garden. Like instead of going traditionally up to a
It was
short,
once they realized they
CA
create
side, normally
pressure
they are
on
pressuring
short.
that garden. It's worked out twice for them now, getting a kill in that smoke.
And look at
I
the
just feel like
switch
they have so many
setup as well.
bodies here
Really
that the
high
sites end up
focus here
being
towards
weak.
Tree, towards A main, putting that Vice
Big change up though, Kayak getting us up.
all over that area. So a different challenge coming forward.
Yeah, his wall on short as well, like here. It's a very awkward wall to default out. You can't just run up and jump around
Yeah,
it.
you're kind of committed
It's
already.
very
before.
committed, yeah.
Well-
Oh, big tail.
Okay.
Oh, he's got him.
does it-
Nothing off the
Oh,
back.
okay.
You'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take one. Look, it's better than Governor's.
Away.
He's done well. And that's one of the ults removed. Lucas did have
Wow,
that
dude.
KO. I think I'm not sure if he had it into this round, but still, that's rather lovely to take away. But they should be starting to get a bit of a read of what's happened here. This adjustment, they're going to note surely some of this Vice utility.
Yeah, that's funny.
Going to note that there was that presence from Crashies. Do they then start looking for other options? It looks like that is the case for Giant X.
Dude, stop playing middle like
Westside
this.
is hitting today. Gorgeous. Chronicle just wanted info. That silence became really pressured, and he got it right back. 4v4 now.
I think unnecessary mistake from Kron though. He could easily just be jump spotting. He doesn't need to move the rotation at all. Fnatic are sab strong towards that A side of the map.
This is tough though.
Down to Kayak.
He's going to be forced off this one.
Nice.
Going to go for the ult. Gets him out of there, can reposition towards backside if he fancies. And also Boaster slipped in, but look who's been caught. Purpo catching Crashy is really going to create problems. Boaster tries to greet him with a smile. Ara still going to be fighting forward. Time getting low now. 10 seconds cleared. Giant X showing off now. 8 seconds. They got to get a plant, and Alpha is a problem.
Ah, nice shots in
Until
the end
then,
here.
Purpo
Dude,
safe
Fnatic
pair
definitely
of
need a
hands.
timeout.
Giant
I need
X
to see the wall go here.
absolutely
This
outplaying
whole
Fnatic
play
here
that they're
in my
doing over
mind.
towards middle, it sucks.
Yeah, Giant X just look comfortable. Like that pick onto
It feels like
Chronicle
such a
was the
waste
round,
of
in my opinion.
a recon
But
every time they
Fnatic
use it
don't
as well.
seem to have the most comfortable defense theory. And it's never been a map that's particularly strong for Fnatic. Even in the 2023 year on that throwback Thursday judgment, you know, we got away with a bit of murder, not having it picked against us sometimes. So not a map that Fnatic are traditionally known for.
No, and it is quite surprising because, again, I feel like this map does play out quite traditionally, right? It's got a very standardized approach, at least from what I've seen from Giant X. You know, we're not seeing anything too tricky about how they're playing this. And again, Fnatic, in my mind, do tend to have very good reads of how they want to approach things.
This is my jeweller's Vice.
Cancels that plan. I thought he might have followed a little bit further on that one.
Yeah, he's the only one with the bigger gun here, the Guardian. But very composed from Giant X, knowing the economy situation. It's going to be a slow round.
An additional body brought towards mid here. Crashies trying to complement Chronicle's position. The Aldrone shown from market.
But we can see the tech here, the Vice Flash on the arch, something I've not seen before. Era has to be careful here.
And now noting Crashies, would you then pivot further towards A or explore that option? Alpha, the timing is going to be curious here. Ara is getting closer. He's had look lovely
and as
from
soon as
Ara.
you
This
see
guy's
that
doing
smoke
really
against
well.
Fnatic as well,
You want to see a young
they
star
love
like
it.
this having those impact rounds, but this one is just good farming.
Nice
Great
trade.
trade for Westside too. They're catching everything they need, and all eyes turn towards Ara here. And he's caught the perfect timing on this. Chronicle caught with nowhere to go. Follow-up looking likely not to be. Goes to
Didn't leave his
outswings, but
crosshair.
still the numbers sit with Giant X, and they
Trying to
have
aim with
the
his keyboard.
sight.
Yeah, the guns situation isn't great for Fnatic. Retaking with an Outlaw and a Guardian. Not ideal.
So much still to play with here too. Purpo's still got that paranoia. Smoke just coming back in. Flickless as well, ready with the flash if it comes down to it. I I don't see a way in.
Oh,
And
man.
certainly not like that. Caught off
no,
guard,
after that one.
Westside has been firing
What did you
on
go
all
do? Just
cylinders.
save the gun in
I
market?
was going to say, Fnatic need a timeout. They need to switch
Oh, they do. They
something
need
up
to put
here.
their
Maybe,
Vice
what would
wall
you be
middle.
saying in these moments? Because, again, Fnatic, I feel like for the last couple of games have been on this really good increase. They've been
Phoenix
looking
Fisher,
better and
thank you
better
so much
per
for the
game.
tier 1. Appreciate the
Confidence
25
looking
months.
good.
Thank you for
now
that.
they've met a bit of a challenge on a map that they don't have, I'd say, high up in their map pool. But still, you don't want to be going down in these scenarios here. This is still a game that you'd want to put in a good performance for.
I think they're just losing. They're going 4v5 in situations they shouldn't, or just losing a person in situations they shouldn't. Chronicle on market, I don't think he should have died. Alpha sat by himself on A side. It's the kind of macro that I'm not a big fan of, where you're just like leaving someone by themselves. Especially on that A side of the map where playing for the retake isn't the worst idea in the world. So it's just a bit more of discipline, I guess.
You're gonna have to get that ready. See, coaching staff mostly.
Giants to Toronto, mate. They're already out.
One investment that I can see, I don't know if you guys can, I don't think you can yet, is the operator being considered by Kayak. Otherwise, they should be able to get a decent buy around it. Kayak chilled out.
Wait, really, Beacon?
Relaxing. But otherwise, it is going to be interesting if this is enough of a response, because I feel like Kayak's been getting some of these deep lines anyway, even on just the Vandals, taking good space. Like, Kayak's been fine in my mind. Yeah, it hasn't really been him to be the one to change the outcome.
He's been in positions to win Fnatic macro in terms of being into that deep B main position and having good information on the map.
Yeah.
But the rest of the boys haven't kind of delivered.
Yeah. So, again, do you then put Kayak somewhere else? 'Cause we haven't been seeing these kind of direct B approaches.
I think for this
Damn,
round
it's come a long way,
specifically,
Bacan.
around Flickless is,
You got 13-2, 13-1.
They have an anti-ult set up here. Is Vice going to be one side of the map to avoid it? It looks like he's not. Alpha's not, so he could be in trouble here. And then also, Alpha also has the Vice. So if I was to make a call here, it would be go towards the A side of the map, play retake, use that Vice ult in the retake.
Yeah,
okay, where's the Vice wall?
I don't know if it was late, but Alpha
Over
has
towards
adjusted
B
to go
again,
towards
so you gotta
Cam
hold
now.
2 middle.
So that B site will be only
are
really
they
helped by
doing?
Kron a little bit deeper. Playing from backside, support coming from market.
Obama 74 with the prime, appreciate it. Thank you with the 4 months. Thank you for doing that.
Takes away Aura. And
Dude,
it is all a fake.
fake with the
big
pressure
fake
for
well,
the
and it's
Cypher
worked
to
wonderfully.
walk in as well.
Most doesn't want to take the risk. He doesn't know what's around that corner. We know there was one main and one towards site, but the rest now filtering through. And almost a lurk now for Flickless.
Yeah, in a crazy position from Purple.
Feeling brave. Maybe wanted to take that chance because the player disadvantage. He can give information that no one's coming through heaven so far, but still Garden going to come in, going to invest that smoke real
Big
quick.
smoke.
The Paranoid looking good. Kayak going to take another step forward. This is the time to pounce. Boaster takes away Cloud. Purpo replies. It's still going back and forth here.
Oh,
don't think it's over.
Goodness, that was a nice
until
shot as well.
then.
Okay,
Boaster's
very
patience
nice.
pays
Yeah,
off.
Vice in this corner,
Well-invested
pretty
ult,
very
really
strong.
setting the tone.
It's the
Yeah, it was
same
a nice
stuff as the
idea from
Killjoy.
Giant X, but unfortunately, I don't think I want to throw a fake against a Vice ult, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
they maybe
Especially on
gotta-
the A side of the map,
they
where
maybe gotta
the
take map
shorties
control.
don't feel as good in the post plan.
I think you just
if
gotta
you're
treat it like a
MVP and you've got
Killjoy ult.
shorties tucked in all these close angles in jail and towards the stairs and stuff.
Like they probably have to. I think that guy in
I
short is
prefer
the
that.
bait, maybe.
What I do like from Ara, though, is 2 rounds in a row. I know that he died going aggressive there, but for such a young player on the stage to be that fearless, I'm like, okay, fair enough.
You kind of have to let him do that as well. Just, keep that confidence high, go for those.
Dude,
I wouldn't even call that
Fnatic have been
50-50.
waiting
That's
to
like a
punish
7-30,
middle
quite risky, but
for
I like it,
so
and
long.
it's rewarded him so far. Top of the board for Giant X, so we get him feeling good about this one.
Exploration through middle from Fnatic.
They don't know. They only know about one. The knife actually only caught towards Crashies, but it's a quick clear. Cloud and Ara are very heads up about this. We've seen the diligence
how
in
they're
this
playing this comp.
mid-presence from Giant X, and this time it's been rewarded earlier on.
It looked a little bit desperate from Fnatic. Maybe feeling the pressure of being behind here.
We haven't seen them playing from behind too often, genuinely, since at least the start of things this time around. A little bit, again, if we're going to talk bigger picture, right, like to an extent we have to when it comes to at least Fnatic, when we're talking about playoffs and such and so on, this does bring up, the
What
veto
you hate
and
about
the
it?
depth
They're
of
like
map
really
pool and how the teams will see this.
overcompensating.
If
They're
Fnatic
playing the
look-
Vice
I don't want to say lost,
to
but
like
nowhere near as strong
heavy
as they
lock
are
a
on other
site,
maps. Yeah, it
but then they
becomes a
have no
little bit
info over
potential,
towards middle.
like,
So they're trying to overcompensate by
rolling it
like
back here,
aggro play on
Post to
middle,
no man's
or
land,
like some
swept
kind
aside.
of trap
Yeah,
play
the
here.
best case
But they end up
outcome for them here
investing
would have
like
been to
3,
beat
4
Giant
people in
convincingly
middle,
and make it look like a
and
catfish map.
they could
But
just
that's
have a
like
wall
classic sunset that you guys ran in the past.
that means that they
Yeah.
can hold the sites, and
It
then
does
until they
work
find
though,
that
right?
wall, then
It
you
adds
need
an
to do the
element of, okay, we
punish.
can kind of float
I just
this
feel like
one
they're playing
because we
so
know they really
wins.
would eventually like it gone. It gives you that nice little kind of bit of play. Here, this is a save. There's nothing
especially with like the first 4 rounds or 5 rounds that Giants had.
Basically
they're
won
not,
the round.
their game plan is into default middle.
The other thing for that Fnatic kind of narrative is that this game doesn't matter for their seeding, but next week's against Heretics does for that seed 1. And you know, next week it now means that their Ascent is wide. It could be open. You know what I mean? It could be something that determines that seed 1 is the veto next week. You know, it's not over
Heretics
yet,
have
but
a
still
rough
the holes
Ascent as well, though, right?
If we can see it, other coaches should be able to see it, other players should be able to see it. It's definitely not a stronghold here. Giant X, and credit to them, they're not doing anything brand new, they're not changing the world, they're playing just good Valorant so far.
Decent, yeah. I think that's the problem I have with Giant X, is that sometimes I watch them like, I actually quite like what they're doing, it's just they're losing.
Yeah. And look, if they get a couple more gunners on their side, right? Let's say Ara and Flickless have some more great performances, look really good on this. It revitalizes the roster, you get some confidence off this map win. That future investment looks good for Giant X, right? This isn't a short-term reward they're looking for here. This has to be a long-term solution to some of those issues. So, again, ticking the box for me so far.
Let's see how Fnatic react now. Last round it was that mid-walk, very unsuccessful. This round more of a spread
actually
approach.
looks like Giants might try and explore middle. To be the first time.
Giant X essentially own the whole map.
As a new roster, I mean, it's probably the best Giants have looked.
I mean, originally it felt like Kyle was trying to take some of that space, but now he's top mid. He's playing deep as he can do, really. I wouldn't even put it on him. He was doing well, taking good information around the map, but this time
this is what I mean. Imagine you have a wall here, right?
About the minute mark, they will have to start.
And then they don't say worst situation. They actually trigger this wall. It's going to be still like 50 seconds, and they have to play faster against a Vine's Vice.
Against them, but it all looks fine.
Yeah, here we go.
They still haven't explored middle at all.
Isn't it? We've seen a lot here. How does Kayak want to approach it?
Yeah, trying to combo.
With the ult going to be coming through from Chronicle.
Missed.
Did it?
I mean, they got one tag. This would have been the first time. They would have triggered it at 30 seconds. We would have had double forms.
We've got Kayak on it.
Yeah, there's this
ooh, be fake. Dude, look at them. They're so ready for this.
And it looks like Fnatic aren't fighting this time.
22 seconds.
A little bit more of the lesson. This is tough for Westside to get away from. Gets at least
but I mean, they have a comp that's incredible at delaying.
Now it gives both to the corner to play on.
Big
and now
flash.
you're looking at the time. You're looking at that time. This has been a good bit of stall from Fnatic here. Boaster needs to buy a couple more seconds. He's going to leave one more to take a fight on it. Ara's going to clear Crashies.
Wait, they get a plant down. They've done it right here.
It's not over yet. Playing from those pressured scenario, they're holding on. Boaster needs to get out of dodge real quick because Westside is trying to bully his way through heaven, leaving just Alpha alive.
Did Boaster cancel it?
Loud on the site. Flickless playing down low. And oh, it's perfect. Giant X, even
Boaster went for the big
from
cancel play.
Still finding composure.
Dude, I can't believe they lost this round.
Yeah, Giant X, yeah, with that time pressure, that's when, you know, the comms get hectic, players get a bit pressured, but very composed for a team that's never played an official together before.
Wild, isn't it?
I do think that Fnatic are lacking some of the protocols, though.
Oh, bro, they look awful in this map.
They're overplaying this A
I don't know
side,
what they're doing.
and when a team defaults mid in the way Giant X are, I wouldn't mind them getting aggressive into A main and leaving someone there. And then when this short exit happens, they at least have space somewhere to work with. Money not looking great again for Fnatic.
Dude, I haven't seen this pulse be played for years, man.
A bit more of aggression.
Dab of the ult orb, but it's a very small victory. It's Fnatic playing 3 middle. Cloud gonna just get into safety. Ara maybe overextending a bit there. He didn't have to take that. I don't know if he got caught just off the back of the flash, but a good first pick for Fnatic.
Yeah, I like the flash play. Again, all the micro I've seen from Fnatic, they've got interesting ideas that I genuinely haven't seen yet. You know, I haven't been studying all my Ascent VODs, but I've watched enough to know that that's not common.
What do they do with 4 players here? Still need to walk through this. Big info on the cam, spotting push up there. So starting to fit. Oh, Boaster, okay. That wasn't the prettiest kill, but it gets the job done. And now, player advantage, weapon upgrade.
Yeah, they got the guns.
It is still a 5v3. You do have those weapons now collected.
Purpo knows he needs to do something.
But should he be doing this with the Omen Flash?
They are being very, very cautious about this, holding this position. Purpo isn't alone though. Flickless with him though. This is huge. Purpo finds the pick, and now it's going to be Kayak in the response. They are now dwindling in numbers, down to just 2. Flickless still finding bodies to drop, and the defuse starting. He's got to go nuclear. Can't be done. Chronicle.
Nicely done from Fnatic on this. The A retakes are pretty solid.
The pace safeguard thrifty.
They got a big kill in the middle though. This gun upgrade is pretty important.
Yeah, some nice kills from Fnatic, but what I did actually like is they played offsite on that A side of the map. They can't do that every single time, but it looked a lot cleaner when they're retaking in a situation with a little bit ahead.
One enemy remaining.
Oh wow, very nice.
Is 7 enough for Giants? Yeah, I think so.
This,
from what I'm seeing, I don't think Fnatic are going to have a crazy attack.
It's good to see. Don't know if it'll continue. Let's see. Because we didn't really get the depth tested for Giant X either. They've pretty much had their way with things, so it looks like directing their eyes towards Alpha's side of the map, towards B.
Yeah, Fnatic opened up with their A main aggression again.
Okay, Kayak. Big risk. Absolute heater, stunning towards Zara, catching that, dipping away. They've got the first pick and they've got the man advantage.
Yeah, a little bit surprised that works with this composition. Still got the drone, the camera. We have tools to check. Jump spot was okay, so Kayak did have to hit a nice shot.
This feels like some of those fakes that Giant X were running, but we can see there is intent behind it. There's the vast majority of the players can be working through
let's see what Kron can do.
Flickless going to pop the ult, and it's game on now. Alpha going to be swept aside after 1. It's pretty much falling into Chronicle, who gets drive-by'd. Flickless just...
That's an outrageous drive-by.
I don't think you saw him. Yeah, that doesn't even seem real, but still, they are only down to 2, right? It's Purpo and Flickless. Purpo's got his ult.
To be fair though, the new kids did incredible.
But the map is closing in. We can see the positioning from Crashies. Discomfort from Purpo to try and play it forward. Flickless over towards Switch. Turns a flash. Gorgeous from Flickless. Needs a bit more here. Does he get the timing he wants? No. Kayak gonna shut it down. Fnatic with a little bit of resurgence towards the end here. Carving out a
this is way too many.
Forward, up to 5 rounds.
5 with a pistol.
Yeah, an attack side, surprisingly, is a side that Boaster historically said he doesn't mind as much as the defense. I know on Ascent that's a weird thing to say, but I think we've got a game on our hands.
We might do 5-7. Let's find out if we actually have a game on our hands.
Guess next time they play it, they could mix it up. Not showing it once if what they're going for, but it just didn't look comfy at all. Felt like they used the Vice and the Sova really weird. Are these changes on Giants permanent? We don't really know. Probably for stage 2. Living Theory, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate that, mate. Thank you for doing that. And Ban of the World also with the tier 1. Thank you with the 21 months. Potential banger series? No, it should be pretty close. Fnatic have to win double pistol though.
Camera's tricky sometimes.
But honestly, if they take this,
I get it,
like Giants take this, we should get FUD, man.
I was so desperate to see what it said. I couldn't.
Wait, where is the sign? Is it down there? Wait, is it?
Turn around.
Turn around. Guys in the crowd, turn around.
Oh, that's not listening.
Oh, wait. I can't see it. Wait, looking. Oh, Spruzy! Yeah, we love Spruzy. If you don't know Spruzy, then you don't know EMEA, is all I'm saying. We love Spruzy out here. 5-7 though, we are just waiting for this one to get
Nice got wrecked or bad play from Fnatic? Just a weird game plan more than anything.
Looking like they're not out of it yet, but we've got to give credit to Giant X. They've come into this as massive underdogs in this series, right? New players coming in, and both of them towards the top of the board as well for Giant X. Ara and Flickless, both towards the top end of things, looking very good.
Okay, let's see what Kai can do. This comp struggles normally a little bit. It kind of has to take middle. With the tail though, you can definitely do a little bit more. Giants go for their own 4-1.
I won't expect it to be this deep into middle though.
Sure. No. Oh,
Nicely done. They were both on top of it.
Clean. And this is nice for Giant X. Just taking the fight to Fnatic.
And they get
no
out.
fear being shown. Flickler's trying to back away, but he doesn't need to. Shoulders it well, takes
Yeah,
away
this
Boaster.
is nice. They look kind of
Fnatic
good in this.
looking kind of outdone on this. That's so many players here. Oh my word,
Ooh,
outdone.
man.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's the
Giant X.
4-person sheriffs.
Where's
Everyone
this
going over
side
towards
been the
middle,
whole time?
dueling. Strong. Everyone just has to hit body shot when they swing.
Sheriffs, they
Get some
what
more
was it,
kayak.
4?
If Kayak goes for this B orb, I respect this guy.
And you're saying you didn't respect him before?
I mean,
Hated
I
Kayak.
don't know how disciplined he is.
Off he goes.
Come on, go B, go B, go B. But yeah, this round to me, it's a textbook round to show what the difference between Vice and Cypher and Killjoy is. The Killjoy and Cypher. Sorry.
No, it's over now. Ooh, ooh, Kayak? Nah,
Oh, okay.
it's done now. It's done now. Okay, there was a little moment. It could have been something. Okay, talk to me.
Sorry. So the Killjoy and Cypher obviously can have that information towards the middle of the map. The turret usually outside B on the little hut. The Vice doesn't have any passive info tools to really deal with that mid push. So usually you see those mid pushes kind of stopped short, but we saw it deep, and Fnatic weren't ready. That's going to have to be something in their probe. Okay.
It's crazy you're talking over the guy you don't respect.
Has to be something in their protocol list to deal with these mid pushes.
Got it. I do like that though from Giant X, right? Just
Yeah,
kind of
it's
backing
good.
yourself in those fights, walking mid with 4 sheriffs, I guess, and they're doing it
Dude,
again,
against
this
the
time a little
eco,
bit better
oh boy.
equipped, and Cloud
I would
might
like this on the
catch
bonus,
Kayak.
but
Oh, it's Purpo. Oh, he's made it across. He's going to be able to keep his life here, but that spike is over on the A side, and there's
yeah,
still
at
a
least
lot of
they
bodies there.
chill and they go back.
They're
No
doing
one's
this on
over
the
here.
anti-eco.
Knife to get info if they wanted to
Really
react. No
staying
one
lively
overreacts.
that
They're
this is
double
something that they want
kill,
to do,
trip if
and I
they were
wonder
gonna
they're
instant push
end up
over towards
using
B.
this to plant seeds into
They then create
Fnatic's
pressure
mind
over
and
towards
then
middle,
switch
more
when
likely
it
to
comes the
group
next
and
round.
hit a site now. Then they'll walk back into the outlaw.
Warming up here,
It's right.
really, it's only Alpha with the Sheriff, Ghost with, what, Kron? So it shouldn't be
Yeah,
too
Westside
hard.
can farm
Tam,
this.
you gotta look
Westside
at
of
that
Clouds.
Nice angle as well for
Who gets
Cloud,
them all?
lovely. And that's without even getting past Westside, who's going to be waiting. One's going to slip the net. Any big pressure? Okay, Cloud has to get away from that now. You can see Boaster going to take the space that was given. Aura going to catch the cross, though. That's Kayak gone. They're going to know that someone might have slipped that smoke. There is a chance of it. It's going to be found. Flickless, very heads up. And Kron, last one alive. And not for long. Giant X with a flawless round.
Okay, well, back-to-back rounds, it went pressure
Flawless.
over towards middle,
All
so
looking good.
Fnatic are probably going to be
Here we're
expecting
gonna see an
something similar, so
interesting
maybe they're just
interaction
going
of
to do
things
like a
happening.
weird
So
push on the
Giant X
sides.
on their bonus round.
Let's see.
Usually this is where we expect
They
some
have an
kind
outlaw,
of
though.
strange aggression, but Fnatic have the Euro, and you know Fnatic are the type of team to cook up new ideas with these ults. So it'll be interesting to see like how these two ideas interact this round.
30 seconds left.
Just getting caught in the drift.
Enemy remaining.
Oof. These pickups are looking good for Giant X. These are looking very good. But you're right. Let's see how these two moments interact here.
So Giant X, they've baited, they've
contact,
done a little
flash.
fake A main aggression push, but they've got a
Ooh,
trap
it was a nice
ready
little
on the B side of
recon.
the map if Fnatic explore there.
Cross map with the
Casey,
smoke,
straight
make them
up
look like they're going aggro. Omen Flash invested as
They
well.
think that the A side of the map is stacked.
This is
That
cool.
might be enough information.
Aggro
I don't know
A,
if
try
I
force
saw
them into the B
2
stack.
or 1, but then Flickless feeling brave, but right now
Oh, this
Cloud
Omen Flash
is
was great.
blinded. Kayak desperately trying to find them, but it's Alpha controlling it well. Yeah, they cleared this B main pressure.
Yeah, I mean, it was a
very
nice idea from
diligently.
Giants. It was good
usage
reaction from
of the
Fnatic.
paranoia coming through.
This is probably the
Everything
best round
even
we've seen
under
so
that real
far.
high tempo, looking solid. Iron Purpo probably not going to find too much here now. Well done to Fnatic to navigate all those threats.
Yeah, just the save angle likely.
Tom.
They want some economic damage
Tom,
here.
long
Don't wanna
time,
get
dude.
Fnatic too ahead,
Glad to see you around, dude.
but gonna be difficult.
It's not looking likely. They're already shifting through towards main.
Kron is sniffing the map out. Closing in.
Purpo
Last player
gonna get dealt with by Alpha. Aura,
Okay, any damage? The
the
couple.
last to fall here. Yeah, Probably opting to give this up. Won't see if they actually killed him in that, but did take him down in the end.
Yeah, we do that sometimes when it gets crazy.
They made Fnatic react
Chat can't be
exactly how they
trusted.
wanted to.
Yeah.
And they got a little bit unlucky that Alpha full blind killed someone and couldn't capitalize, but Boaster's flash into B main was the winner there for me. I think Alpha getting the 3 kills there though is important. I think he had, you know, he had
Okay,
an
Op
okay
comes
first
out
half,
on
but I wanna
defense
see
now,
Alpha,
and we get important round.
he's not had the best year so far. And I think that those kind of kills are
Dude,
rounds
every
where
single time we're trying to exploit the no killjoy.
To the games here, though. Fnatic seem
No
to
killjoy,
catch
no
on
camera.
The fact that Giants love this mid-aggression. They've shown
It's nice
very
from
little fear
Giants
in
though.
these early
I like their
rounds.
idea.
They've
They
been
take a
pressuring
smoke
through
for a
camp. They've been trying
duelist,
to
like
get in
that's a
their face.
win.
But Ara does lose an operator for this one. That's a pretty hefty price to pay for it. Now, for Fnatic, they can slow things down for a second, get the lay of the land, try and get some of that information building. Stack towards tree as well for Giant X. Cloud trying to be in the right place for this.
Yeah, Giant X have info on the B side of the map with the Cypher camera here. So they can stack towards this A side of the map. Big kill from Kayak.
Holy.
Yeah, going down, that's pretty brutal now. They're
Knife
gonna lose
hit
a
2
lot
on
of that
short as
control, and
well.
the cross gonna feel treacherous for Westside.
They keep the high low.
It hit
If
Kayak,
there's no
right? The
smoke
knife?
here, this could be dangerous for Fnatic.
I'm pretty sure this is the cheap heat, so they know he's not over towards middle.
Too worried about that B site. They might get the timing right.
Naughty timing.
Have. Flickless.
Oh my god, Purple team flashed him for getting both.
He gets out of it in time.
Not a double lineup. What's going on here?
Well. Back and forth between the two, leaving Westside in a 1v2, and we saw how far he was. Luckily for him, he's made decent progress. Guess where Alpha is? Can you believe it? He's got company down there, though. Pause now. Slow down. For creeping away, gonna make this difficult for Westside. No util to play with, just the gun in hand. Has to clear Kron first. Can he get an isolated fight? I don't know. He's looking for it. Westside's been smacking some of these shots, but yeah, angle too good for Chronicle in the end. Gotta say it, Alpha that time saved them.
Yeah, they did save him, but they kind of messed up on short here.
Yeah, both teams with the collat kills. Alpha a little bit lucky, but I think that ultimately he'll take those. And yeah, we're getting closer and closer. It looked like Giant X were gonna, you know.
I mean, they should have smoked down. It would have been Omen Flash.
Considering they were on.
Yeah, it could have been easy.
Side. Defense usually being the
Okay,
strong
might
side.
be relatively close now after this.
But 9-7,
Force them down to an eco. I think that's a devastating one for Giants to lose. Vice or most commonly people just doing Vice or over towards B.
This team is scary, even in this. Nice from Boaster though. Comfortable, beginnings. Not too much to worry about just yet. I feel like Ara loves to walk a smoke. This time not being given much of a chance with the spam from Chronicle.
It's a mid re-clear. Not gonna get anything here. Flickless is all the way up A. Oh. Sorry, I made the mistake.
Can't believe it.
I did that one on my first cast, second round, and that's now I think the second time I've done that.
I think you'll be alright. I think you're fine. We'll let you get away with that one. Fnatic getting away with the A site as well. Slowly but surely working their way through. Flickless incredibly deep on the A site, you're right.
Yeah, he's in spawn.
Alpha got the lineups.
Holy.
Oh, they're unpleasant.
What the hell? That's nuts.
Like I said, all the micro's been very interesting.
Sweating. Yeah, God, look at the time stall. It's heavens, just you can't work back from it.
Just looks like they want to economic damage potentially, but Jesus Christ.
Nice trade though from Cloud. As much like both teams are hitting shots today. I feel like we've got some really nice mechanics on display. Kayak still going to be very much in control. This shouldn't be too much of a threat. They make it out with 3. And all good in the end. Fnatic, one
It's a
step
good
closer.
sign they got stuff like that though.
Yeah, I mean, I did say.
What did you
Attack
say?
side, Boaster seems to prefer the attack side sometimes on this map. Traditionally, the side that people would say was one of the hardest in the game, I think.
I mean, but we have to put this in context, right? Giant X, who have yet to get a win this entire run, are still in the lead against Fnatic, who are meant to be back in form, right? Like, this is still very good from Giant X. Gotta see them get to grips in.
Looking like
and
a
2 brand new players.
Looking like a Vice over towards B play.
Drastically overperforming my expectations.
Recon,
Now, if
well,
they
they
get
know where the
held
op is
online,
now, so that
fair enough.
helps.
It is what it is. Maybe Fnatic remembered how to play the game. But
Yeah, I much
at
prefer
this
like
point,
these
I'm still
recons
very
where you're
impressed
trying
with this
to
squad.
kill people
Rashi's getting
from
forced off
the
this, and they keep
smoke.
vying for this mid pressure.
It's much better than what
Yeah, it's not
Fnatic were
actually
doing.
getting them kills here, but it is having to make Fnatic respect it.
What's that util to come through? The middle.
That's devastating. They spot 2 mid.
Yeah,
What on earth are you doing?
Boaster catching Flickless.
That was just a right-click flash through the smoke. That's a bit bold. You know, I like the boldness from Ara in the first half, but a bit too bold for my liking from Flickless there.
Right here.
Giant
Right
X,
read.
yeah, the right read here. Three-man stack.
Ara, this.
Well, Visor
want
is going to
to
go
even it
in.
back
What's the
up to a
timing like?
4v4 is beckoning, isn't it? It calls to you. Is he patient enough? I think he's got an inkling here, hearing it, seeing it, who knows, but
He's been left alone too.
actually back, but he's going to hear the ult. He's got to see everything. The
That's
timing on that
devastating.
is unbelievable.
He's got knives.
Ara just tries to get away for now. Going to
But
pop
good
the ult to
luck.
try and keep himself in this round. And now there's pressure coming from everywhere. They are close to the site, but they're waiting by the boathouse. A little bit of a trip towards the back here. Ara doesn't know
Big
where to
kill
look,
from
but soon enough
Clouds.
He's going to have a flood of players coming his way. That smoke is
Whoa!
lethal.
My goodness.
Oh, but toes the knife to the throat.
Damn,
oh,
bro.
It's
This guy's
Giant
this
X
guy's
answering
playing
back
pretty well though.
instantly, furthering
That
the
was
distance
nuts,
again and
man.
keeping Fnatic down at their heels.
I've never felt so nervous watching a player during a round.
Yeah, they used everything on him.
He's pulled out a
You're
blind
all
there.
Visor.
3k from Ara to keep Giant X into that round.
Oh,
All
it's just
by
music.
himself, essentially.
Yeah, it really was. Again, watching this.
Nice music.
The
What the
amount of
hell?
pressure he's getting, you know, coming down from the stairs, coming down from catwalk, all of this. So much.
Nice, Ara. Good job.
I love that we just
done,
held his
Ara, good
VOD the
job.
entire time too. It felt like we were
You
watching a
feel it.
replay.
Yeah,
that was
a
sick.
whole-
You genuinely felt
Cloud
how
did a really
pressured
nice shot
that
back
was
aside
there for
as
that
well.
player, because you know these you're up against Fnatic. Their spacing's normally good. Their trading's normally good. The util's solid. You don't get those windows to have a lot of freedom in. You know what I mean? You don't get your multis too easily against Fnatic. He worked like a dog for that one. He was, you know,
Yeah.
dog with a bone. He wasn't going to give it up.
Like if we switch to his POV there, as soon as he gets his kills, you think, oh, yeah, no, he's had a
Fair
nice,
enough.
but like all that tension before, Jesus.
No, he did very well, especially
Pellison
the
with
reaction
the
seeing, you know, Alpha's ult
Prime.
coming
I
in as
appreciate
well,
the 6 months.
going
Thank
for
you
the
for that.
knives, kind of get him away from having to be
Thank you,
dependent on that
thank you.
operator that he didn't find too much luck with early on. However, we have a timeout. Now keep in mind, Giant X are leading.
Expecting the Visor pressure.
Doesn't always look like he's
Yeah. But I mean,
happy
teams
about the
play off
result.
of that quite a lot.
He's, you know, he's a
Maybe that's what he's
taskmaster,
talking about as well.
is old Pipson. So clearly, though, the boys doing
I mean, you
well in
always
this
have to
regard.
respect-
You know, they're keeping up to this.
You always
but
have to
maybe just wanted
respect all
check in because
pressure.
It was 3 in a row, and that was a
Like
bailout
majority
round
of
by
the time,
Ara.
like
So
against this
across
on
the board,
attacks, you
still
have to
say
do an
Fnatic
anti.
Are doing well in this half.
And then you kind of have to have a
Operator
plan.
Alpha.
Like you have to have a plan for the orns,
Yes.
no matter
How
what.
do you feel about that?
Not great.
Like, you forget, you support the Boaster
Actually,
operator.
Actually, I take that back. I think that Alpha's attack side op is surprisingly decent.
Okay.
Okay, it's a
Thinking
nice
back.
late recon, and
There
then
were
you can
times
group
where,
over
like, he had
towards
to play
B
the
with it.
chamber for us, and he
True.
did pretty good with the attack side op. I think Durka much prefers the defense side, and I think Alpha was pretty good on the attack side.
Let's see how he fares this round. Peeking into that Ara. That's...
Thank you, Alpha. Thank you.
I don't think that was really Alpha in my mind. I think that was Ara peeking back in towards main.
But, I mean,
Maybe not
he just doesn't
expecting an
expect.
operator
Yeah,
up.
he just
Maybe,
doesn't expect
I
him
think
to have
Kayak
it.
maybe showing some presence earlier, or someone even Boaster, but still.
The classic timeout happens by an operator.
Yeah. And again, this is also just learning lessons for people like Ara, for people like Flickless as well, of the difference of how much you get punished at this level. For now, Purpo gonna have to rescind away from that A main side. Flickless not clean enough on that. Chronicle gonna clear it.
Oh boy.
Now Purpo's under pressure himself. We saw how well Ara did, but now you got to make your own go of it. That's not how it's gonna work out, Purpo. Kind of connecting that above the
Should we
dice.
start
it
talking
looked
about
like.
their money?
30
That's a
seconds
comfortable
left.
plant. And West Side, Alpha's just watching over the prized possession.
They're a little bit wrecked.
Spike planted.
Economic
GG?
situation not
Nah,
great for
I still
Giant
think they have a
X,
good
so West Side does need to
chance.
save this Vando.
But
They
they
can't hunt too much though.
yeah, struggling a little bit.
The economic situation on both sides not great.
Yeah, pretty fragile, right? No, they're really stabilized. So, kind of want to kind of keep it where it is. It looks like maybe Kron's searching, and so is maybe Alpha. Sorry, Boaster, but actually they are searching on this.
What?
Oh, shit.
Love that. I mean, nice from Alpha.
I like
but
them being together, but Boaster had his smokes out, so not sure what happened there.
Boast is in the next round, mate.
Yeah, he's thinking, he's cooking.
Can they? I think they can spread the money out here.
Okay, another timeout. That makes sense.
The new Giants, nice. I mean, they're better than, well, not saying better, but
so close,
it at least gives you more hope than the other one did
Yeah.
after you saw them play.
To play with in this round, I think this is a good timeout.
It's still too early to say it, but the new guys are looking good. This is two
It's gonna shatter
really
money
close
as well. Looking at that,
timeouts.
They do come out substantially worse, but yeah, it is getting to crunch time now. So another check-in from Pipson here. Maybe just something to deal with that operator, keep that in there fresh in their minds as well. But obviously,
I feel like,
not playing on at home, both sides are able to talk during this
don't know,
timeout. It isn't just
I don't
that
know if
one
it's like
man,
a common thing at the
side of
moment, but
things.
I feel like teams don't
Fnatic
take
also
mid
go to check
as
in with
much
boys and see how they're feeling
now
about
because
this.
of
I do want to
B-main.
see. I think Crashies could drop Kayak if he hasn't already got one anyway. But for the side of Giant X, they've got a whole lot of ults and not a lot of weaponry, so it does get a bit of a tricky round. There are a couple of things that could go right for them, but
yeah, Fnatic side,
harder now.
Looking at that Sova and Teo ult, like, we know that they can cook on maps with these ults, and we haven't seen Ascent much at all in EMEA. So I want to see what.
Oh, really?
What
We can.
we got.
Chronicle with the operator now.
I mean,
Everyone's down now.
okay, now it's
Now we wait.
They're all taking turns. What's going on here?
flashing it.
Yeah, I feel like in the buy round, this cam would be deadly with what's going on.
You are up against Sheriffs, and a classic for Flickless. It's probably I don't want to say it's an easy round. They're never easy rounds, but oh, they're getting aggressive. Look at Ara. Away we go, straight up the guts. Oh, almost
The
down,
old
so
school.
close. They are desperate to get Boaster dead here.
Ooh.
Cloud trying to connect that from far away.
Is that not even out of range?
They called the Omen who has the TP. Get out of that server ult easily.
Kayak in the meantime trying to progress towards that B site. They made a bit of a gambit. I
Eco
like that. I like the attempt to the play, right? Try and be a little bit proactive.
I mean, they
take a
tried to
risk,
catch
take a
one,
chance.
get a gun down.
Boaster again,
It's not the
bloody
worst.
hell,
It's
he is
definitely
just
seen.
about
We've definitely
evading
seen
present.
worse, but.
Chronicle. Oh god.
Oh my goodness.
Question mark Boaster.
I'm
Oh
not-
my god. Oh my god.
not dropping
It's
him the
okay,
op
it's Boaster,
anymore
he's
after
fine.
that.
He's fine on that. Cloud and Flickless go down.
Not
He
dropping
gets CT
the op to
control.
Chronicle after that one.
There's still pressure here though, right? Like Boaster can be smoked off, which he has been. His smoke's not up for another couple of seconds. Nice from Boaster though. Laying it in right. Aura just gonna beeline with Westside towards the site as best they can, see if they can try and pry these players out of the back site here, but time is running low. They gotta go now or they gotta go never. They're trying to make something happen. Westside and Aura doing well here. Boaster gonna have
Ace.
to go for the ace. And he's gonna
Damn,
wait for it. He's got it.
Boasties.
Boaster saving Fnatic from what looked like a bloody mess of a round.
Yeah, honestly, it was looking rough. After
kind
that
of
shot,
just like,
I was
oh,
worried
that's
for him.
over, kind of was starting to think about the next round completely. Boaster has to bail them out with an ace. Joins that list of players.
And this isn't one of those aces I feel that's ever going to go into a highlight reel, right? It's just not. Because the context of the round feels horrific. It's like, what? Oh, how did
I got
Cron
an
die? We
ace.
don't. Oh?
What the hell? I've never got an ace. That's my first ace.
That can't be his first ace.
And it was that.
Look. We, you know, maybe we just cut out the kill feed for what else
Can't be.
happened. You know what I mean? If we could blur that out, guys, that'd be great. Outside of that,
The ult plans are coming in for Fnatic here. They're getting stalled by this KO knife, but...
Oh, it's the,
and the Sova as well.
oh, it's the
Nothing on it so
So
far.
RRQ.
I'm looking at who's tucked up
RRQ
on top here.
strat.
Purpo. Oh my god.
But they got hit by the knife, right? So they couldn't use the
Flickless just
Yoru
pops that
TP, so
KO
they missed
in
their
reaction,
timing.
And Fnatic can't do anything.
Did
Completely
they-
stuck in that choke.
Did they use the stun? Okay,
That's a
they
big
didn't
win for
fully
Ascent.
steal it, but they stole the overall idea.
Where did Fnatic now go? You've got Boaster with the TP if they need it, right? He's got his ult there, but... they really
Flickless
wanna
just
end
completely
towards A,
wrecked him with
looks
his
like.
knife.
Yeah, but for me, again, it's this camera on B that just allows Giant X to do anything they want in this map. If Fnatic don't explore this camera and break it, it's going to be easy for Giant X to stack towards this A side.
Oh, but Alpha just ahead of where Flickless
luck.
expected. Controls the corner, and now Purpo's position gets really tricky. Harder to handle
Shot.
on this angle, but
Shot.
he's so clean! Purpo, that is gorgeous from you! Takes the
That was
TP out, but he might
incredible.
have absolutely destroyed Fnatic's approach.
They still
now we look at their
might
deeper options.
lose
Both trying to
this.
give them another
Okay,
He's
we'll
been
get.
caught. No ace this time, buddy. That's a 4v2. Kayak
Oh, that was
Crashes
so
don't
nice from
have
Purple,
anywhere to
holy.
go here. No info on A, no info on B, and no time. Out of time and out of options. Hey, credit to Purple on that. It gets so tricky when that, when short becomes available, when you've still got the pressure from A main. He did really well. Super clean shots there.
I'd be really interested to know if Purple was playing that position specifically against the ults that Fnatic had. Like, Tail ult is usually used at the back of the site.
That's true.
And if you know they're going to come through A main, that position's beautiful to play.
Thank you. Bro, you see how amazing them, bro, insane.
Those shots were nasty, though.
They're really nice.
Like, there's a reason he used to play the duelist.
He's a very talented boy, and he's towards the bottom of the scoreboard here for Giant X, so that's a step for them in the right direction. 11 to 10, just about tipping the lead again. Now, Alpha 1 away from ult, 2 away from Kayaks. They've got a couple on the horizon here. Big early look towards A with the
What
util
is
at the
this
very
one?
least.
A set Omen strat. Dude, the knife
By the knife. Beautiful.
cancelled him. Dude, flickless
Really,
back to back.
really impressive.
Incredible knives.
Now, Purpo still in a bit of a, I want to say an all-in position. He's going to be noted this time. You're not going to get away with...
Oh my god, bro.
My God, what are they feeding these young players? Flickless does do well to get 2. Is going to be traded in, but Cloud going to continue to keep the numbers up for Giant X. The spike is down in main, Mini. They're screwed, surely. I mean, Kayak's got his ult. He does get out of there. Hold on, can Giant X keep their composure? Yeah, it looks like they can. Alpha found towards hell. Kayak. A lot of pressure on one man's shoulders now, a 1v3. This would be the 12th for Giant X. Kayak waiting for someone to give him that 1v1. Does anyone dare do it? Who blinks first? He moves forward towards main. We can see the positions on the minimap, but Kayak has to go in. Lovely.
Ooh,
nice
very,
try.
very nice.
Cloud in the end.
Dude, that was
taking
sick from him.
up to
Yeah,
12.
again, 2 back-to-back
Look,
sick
we have
rounds.
Purpo have an impact in the previous. Flickless now finding 2. Those shots on main, I know we're going to have a replay of it. I'm waiting to see that come back up because that was stunning control under, again,
Dude,
high
dodging the
pressure.
Omen
Look
flash
at
doing that. Ooh.
Just beautiful. And Cloud fighting with him from up on top of heaven. This is a totally different looking Giant X.
Good job,
Yeah, I thought when
let's go.
Purpo died initially, I thought that was it, but
Yep.
Flickless comes in. Cloud
Yampy.
gets kills, but also that recon at the end.
Yampy. Incredible. My
He
favorite
was-
Sliggy chatter.
He usually flames me, but so does everyone, to be fair.
Yeah, but it's gotta
That's
hurt when
true.
it comes from Yampy, right?
Why is that?
Because like he knows what he's saying. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see.
Like when others mock you,
The other
it's
chat.
like who cares?
The other people in chat.
But when Yampy's like,
No, I like the back and forth with Yampy.
well, I got so confused. I thought it was a Giant X timeout. Then I'm like, wait, have they had 3? It's not. It's a Fnatic timeout. Because look, they've been held on 10 here, 2 rounds back to back. Really nice. But Fnatic have a couple of ults here, Mini. Right? We were talking about how close they were before. Alpha had it in the
Oh,
previous.
Giants doing
Kayak's
the
now got his
really
here.
good.
Big ults to play with, kind of like sight controlling ults. A lot
Didn't it?
can
I
be
mean, I do
gathered,
think they were
but
gifted a couple of
it's
rounds
not
on
like
attack,
Giant X won't be aware.
but they stabilized a
Fnatic
little bit
have
around
to take
here.
a timeout, but it's unfortunate they do, because now it allows Pipson to come in and talk about these ults and
Yes.
figure out a way to beat them.
Outlaw can one-shot everyone.
The timeout there and taking pressure.
Oh
from
boy.
the
I mean,
outside.
all focus has to be over towards
No.
B. Most people with the
I know,
Vice
I
Sword
know.
do
Big-
just...
okay,
I know
that's
people be like,
a
why the hell is he not taking the timeout at 12-10? But
Especially
we've got
now is
Ryan's
like
cooked up with these
it's
ults. I
a
don't
lot
wanna bring
harder
in
to
coach
hold
talk
B
about it.
main.
That is true. Yeah, let's see how well prepared Giant X are, because obviously Fnatic will have to use this, but you're using it with Kayak unable to afford a rifle at this point.
Yeah, I would probably...
Why wouldn't you give him the
I
rifle?
think we give him the rifle here.
Right?
Spectre's not the best entry weapon.
Yeah, a weird decision in that front. And Ara opting for the Outlaw. It does feel like a lot of the kind of...
I guess he has the ult, so maybe he should have Bucky.
Sure. Again, I feel like these tier 2 players, or players coming up from the tier 2, are so used to playing with that Outlaw as well. Because it's something I'm so used to seeing. Even doing it in something like a 12-10
we just
scoreline, when he's
straight
obviously
up
got enough to
all
be
in.
able to go for the rifle, but I kind of respect it at this point.
Yeah, I mean, every single time.
Yeah,
Fnatic
ult
are
to give
one-shot
him
right
a
now.
lot of info. Let's see how much they take from
Kayak,
it.
Here comes the ult. Straight up middle, right up the guts, going to spot the util. How much
Yeah,
more does he get?
took a
from
good
this?
amount of space with it.
Looking for
Spot
maybe-
both over towards site. Oh, he's sticking this.
Oh, what he's looking for here. Okay, backside control and maybe a crunch.
And we got the
So they've
pressure
got
over towards
Boathouse,
middle.
but Cloud's taking Kayak
Dude, Cloud
away.
keeps on
This
getting
feels
really important kills
like
on
it's
B.
fallen short already. They've been hindered at main. Might get spammed
Oh
through
my
the wall. They
goodness,
will.
lovely
Cloud,
recon.
Stunning, stunning. And they're so ready for this. Look at these shorties in hand. They
30
know
seconds
exactly
left.
what you're going for. Where's X trying to buy time. Wait for it to fade away, but the TP gets taken.
Please peek from back aside, but of course they got shorties as well.
They got the rifles back out, crashes.
Damn, very nice from Giants. It was very, very nice. I think the new kids played great. Fnatic look kind of shaky on this map, no doubt about it.
In this first map, but Giant X are going to have to go now towards Lotus and maybe